life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, would have kept me from the one I had today.
Oh, good morning. Hello, everybody. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm LaVern, and this is One Street Over. And yes, those of you who are on my normal Facebook feed, you're hearing the room noise because somebody took something we needed to broadcast down the line. So, but you can hear us in the room just fine, and we're also sharing the WSGI feed, so that way you'll get the sound feed from the radio itself. So my apologies if that's a little wonky this morning, but you know what? I've been out since Wednesday last week, so you know things happen. So we'll fix that for tomorrow. But thank you for joining us. This is again 1100 WSGI. Just check out the social media pages for WSGI and also my page. You'll see where I shared the WSGI feed, and we'll just keep it going this morning. And I'm just so excited to talk to my friend Jeanne Gower, right? Did I get, we've got this microphone. We were so busy trying to get everything else fixed, we didn't pull your microphone over to you, Jeanne. And you came in here, oh my goodness, it's been a minute. How long has it been since you were in here?
5 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, well, it's probably been more recent than that because, you know, time just gets away from us. I don't know that I've been doing this 5 years, but maybe. But I love it because you guys put up, we're with the foreign exchange program, okay? This is what we want to talk about this morning. I got a note, I guess it was from Barbara. I got was it Barbara? I think that probably sent that to me, maybe.
Is it Becky?
Well, I think actually Barbara Willis was, it doesn't matter, but somebody had sent me something about these kiddos that we need to find sponsors for. And I mean, there's 12 kids from Malaysia that are available to come in to this area for the spring semester. So it's one of those things that if you're thinking about hosting a student, this is it, guys. This is the time that you really need to bring it and do it because, man, they need you right now. And I mean, there's 12, right?
Well, I have 6 bios.
Okay.
My understanding were there were 6 that needed homes.
Okay. Well, let me go pull up. Barbara Willis is the one who had sent me a bunch of stuff. And originally she had sent me something like 12 different ones that were from Malaysia. The reason why this is, number one, I ran into, I guess it was probably Becky was the first person I met. And I met them at I met her at an art event that they had for Willow Oak. They did the arts festival, like the International Arts Festival, and Becky was there, and she was just telling me all about this. It was just, oh my gosh, it just caught my heart. And so I've had you guys in off and on throughout, whenever there's something going on. And eventually I've got to host a kid. I've just got to. And we get a call, this summer, that there's a girl from Indonesia that's needing to host family, wants to go, and they're going to try to get her into Greenbrier. And it all worked out. And I've got Sweeten Today that comes in one of my classes. Just love her to pieces. And just seeing, number one, how brilliant she is and how it's so good for my other students to just hear from her and her life experiences. We'll talk about something that's just so common for us. And then she'll chime in and we're like, well, we never thought about how that's so different on your side of the world. It's just wonderful. And she's just beautiful and precious. I just love her. And so I think, man, if we could just bring more kids like that, and here's a whole bunch of them that could come in for spring. Think about that, guys. So you don't have a lot of people that think, well, what would we do during the holidays? What would we do this? This is a time for you to dip your toe in the water and see what it's like to have a foreign exchange student without that year commitment. So those of you who have been like me and you're like, I just really want to see what this is like, here's a good chance to do that. And because it's a spring semester thing,
Yes, it's coming up. They need you in January.
Yes. Do you know what day the kids would arrive if somebody were to sign up? Like in January? I'm guessing it's right at the very first. Barbara, she's sending me a bunch of stuff right now. She's just a plethora of information. And she also wants us to talk about scholarships and all of that. Did they give you the scholarship information?
They did not. I know these kids are scholarship kids, these 6 here.
Well, and I tell you what, so let's talk about these kiddos. And these are ones that are needing host families right here in Robertson County, guys, or wherever. In the surrounding areas they could go. But they are available to bring into your home to be part of the foreign exchange program right now. And they'd be here. It'd be after the holidays, starting in January. And then we also want to talk about a scholarship deadline, which is coming up on December 6th. So go ahead and tell me a little bit about these folks.
Well, these kids, there are 6 of them, and they're all 6 of them are from Malaysia.
Okay.
They're 15, 16-year-olds. Here's Nisa. She's an outgoing, family-oriented young lady who finds joy in music, playing the violin and swimming. Bibi, or Bajlin Balkis, but for short, her friends call her Bibi or Badzi. She's dedicated, an adventurous young lady from Malaysia, and she loves to hike and rewatch her favorite movies. She collects Hot Wheels. Mohammed Ashraf Bin, he's 16 years old. He likes debate and enjoys discussing current world events and understanding perspectives relating to a topic. Different perspectives, he says. Mm-hmm. Nur, and he goes by An, Najaha Binti. He is from Malaysia, 16 years old, and his favorite activity is coding. She's a she. She not only believes it is a challenging skill, but it teaches her problem solving and perseverance and patience. Wadid Nasta Ling Binti is very active in her school. She's another 16-year-old. She enjoys public speaking and usually gives a brief speech at student councils, making them fun and interactive for other participants, as well as her free time. She likes biking and reading and playing badminton. And Muhammad Akil Bin is a 15-year-old. He loves swimming, which helps him relax, he says. And he loves Formula One and NASCAR, which, oh my gosh, downtown Nashville's the place for him, right? These kids, when I read their bios, they're just incredible, intelligent young people. And the reason I'm sitting here with LaVern is because my husband and I hosted a little boy from Chiang Mai, Thailand in 2010. I'm not going to kid you. This is a very intense time, financial and emotional and intellectual challenge. It will cost you all of those things, but the reward is just so deep. He is now studying at Johns Hopkins.
Wow.
Working on his doctorate in biomedical engineering.
Wow.
He comes home from home, meaning he comes to our home at Christmas or Thanksgiving every year since he was here. My daughter and I had the privilege, the honor to be a part of his high school graduation in Chiang Mai. He's our son, and this AFS, it's the American Field Service, and it was started when World War I was ending, and all these young soldiers, American soldiers, had been imprisoned or exposed to Germans and French and other young men their age. Remember, young men 18 to 23 and 4 years old, and realized they were just like them. And they thought, wait, they just want to eat and get up and go do what they want to do, just like I do. They want a family. So how can we make that happen without war? And they started this exchange program. They thought, what if we brought people here young? What if we got people mixing up around the world, not just bringing people here, but this opportunity is for your children to go to other countries, this AFS program. So to introduce them to other cultures and other people, and what a better way to have world peace is for us to know each other. And once you know, you kind of learn respect and and then trust and then love. And so it's a wonderful experience. It's a true commitment. I would encourage anyone that, especially if you have kids, teenagers, to have a child in your home, exposing them to another language. I learned Sewat, which is hello in Thai, and Kap Kung Ka. I had a few more words I could do back when Pum was with us all the time. His name was Pum Wibun Sak Sakal. He's going to be 31. Well, he is 31 years old. But we've enjoyed him as a son, and I get Mother's Day cards from him. I feel like we need to do it again. Yeah, it's just the time. It's the time commitment that has kept my husband and I from doing it. We have retired and are traveling, and we're raising 2 little grandbabies right now that we enjoy helping the family out with. So we want to continue that before we get involved again. But it'll be on the horizon. Yes, it is. I mean, it will be for us too. I've told my husband, I said, this is something that I really want to do. We're in the middle of getting our teaching license and those things right now because we're both teaching. So we can't do it, but you can. You might be able to. Who out there can? I mean, these are kids. This is when they told me that there was an opportunity for somebody for them to bring these kids in for just the spring semester. I'm like, well, of course. I mean, I think that's probably one of the things that might hold a lot of people back and be like, well, how will we navigate the holidays? That'll be strange having somebody there that, is not usually there. Of course, I think that would be beautiful. I mean, it would be a wonderful thing, but I think that probably intimidates some people. So it's an opportunity to say, well, let me just see what it's like. And it's in the spring, and you can, especially if you've got kids already in school, you can make this work. Naday is just precious. I love her so much. And what's so amazing, she speaks English better than we do, and that's a lot of these kids. Because I was talking to her about, I said, why is your English so beautiful? And she says, well, we just learn it early on. It's from and it's something we've been trying to do is to teach our children another language from the ground up. We're trying, if you're not doing that with your little ones, I wish I had. I wish I understood the need of that. I wish it had been done with me. I try to learn a language now, and it's like, I don't know. Do you speak another language? I do not speak another language. Yeah, I wish I did. I wish I had Spanish so bad. Family's from Lebanon, and Arabic is their language. But, they were in Nashville at a time with being ethnic was not the coolest thing. And to teaching English was very important. Learning English, to become an American citizen was important. And so by the time we were teenagers, Nashville, Tennessee, that's where I grew up. And it's always been a melting pot. It's got all the education there has brought people from all over the world for 150, 200 years probably. But it still was learning English was very important. And so Mom and Dad, my dad did not he wanted us to speak English. And so, and he was made to speak. He was first generation Lebanese here. And they were made to speak English. And they spoke Arabic at home. They had a wonderful Arabic Lebanese culture at home. I love it. We have our family gathering this Saturday in my home, and we will eat lots of good tabbouleh and shvidha and warkhadish, all the Laban, the good Lebanese foods, listen to good Lebanese music. But being an American was their primary goal back in the 20s and 30s, the early 20th century.
Yeah. Well, my husband's family came from Bohemia. And so, so that's the thing. Whenever when you first started, this is such a beautiful culture here we have here. There's so many different people. I tell people, if you really want to travel internationally, just go down to Murfreesboro Road, Thompson Lane.
Yeah,
go knock on some doors.
You don't have to pay a lot of money.
You don't have to do that, and you can go visit some of their churches. I'm good friends with a lot of the Coptic Christians that have and their Arabic is their first language.
Coptic.
Yeah, their first language is Arabic. Do you happen to know Omar Hamada?
No.
In Nashville, he's Lebanese. And his mother immigrated. Now, he was born here, but his parents immigrated. Yeah. And so, but his parents were the ones who immigrated, but he was born. They weren't here long before he was born. But that's the thing. I talked to a lot of my friends, my Egyptian friends, and I encourage them to help their children keep Arabic because I said, man, I said, they can't talk to grandma and grandpa back home.
Well, my daddy wished he had.
Yeah.
He verbalized that as teenagers. But
you just
like
didn't
you
know
said,
that.
it's harder to learn a language
and
as
Arabic,
an adult
really
or
hard.
even as a teenager. Yes, Arabic's very
because you read it backwards and all that. Yeah. But anyway, we're talking with Jeanne Gower. And did I say your name right?
Jeannie, long
Jeannie.
E.
Jeannie
Like
Gower.
I dream of Jeannie.
Jeannie, okay.
The light brown hair.
There you go. Jeanne Gower
Even
is
Foster.
here, and she's helping us with the foreign exchange program for the students. I got a message from Barbara Willis that was saying we had 12 Malaysian students that could come in for the spring semester. She's got 6 of them right here. So maybe they have found placement for a few. I don't know.
That's what I would believe because she told me these 6.
Okay. And I'll tell you too, we have got a opportunity for scholarship. I've talked to my kids. Since I have a day in the class that's from Indonesia, I told her, I said, talk to them about these scholarship opportunities. And, you've got a deadline coming in. I mean, you could possibly get a full scholarship. You could have a stipend even to go along to where this would not cost you as a student. And it would just be a beautiful experience for you. So if you're a student, I'd have been all over this when I was a kid if I even knew this existed. I didn't even know it existed. Oh my goodness, I'd have been all over this. But if you're somebody that has a student, maybe you are a student that wants to check out the opportunities with the foreign exchange program, you've got a deadline coming up of December 6th. And I know if Barbara's listening, if you can put up in comments the links. Now, she put it up on my page. If you go to my page, you'll see she's got a Scholarship and Aid, AFS USA. And you can click on that, and that will take you to all the information you need. But it's a post right before the show started. But we'll try to share that in comments as well. If you've got somebody that you think might be interested in the foreign exchange program, you need to get those. You need to get that application made because the scholarship deadline is coming up on the 6th of December. And as far as hosting these kiddos, right now, just talk to your family about it. If you think this is something that would be a good fit for you, it absolutely would be. You will be so blessed. I have met so many of these kiddos, and they are just so fascinating. Now, do all of these children that we're looking at, do they speak English? Or
they are all English speaking. And I want to read something that resonates through all of their bios. This one little girl is saying, I would be honored if you could introduce me to aspects of your culture, cuisine, and local attractions. Together, we can explore the nearby surroundings, visit landmarks, and create lasting memories that will remain imprinted in our hearts. That resonates in all of them. They become a part of your life, and you send home a part of you when across to the other side of the world. Pum is 12,500 miles away from me, his family. But his family has become my family.
Right.
And we communicate pretty regularly. We communicate with him regularly. He's home, like I said, for the holidays.
Yeah.
At least one of them.
Yeah. Well, I have my daughter-in-law's family. let's see, it's her mom. Her mom's family had a foreign exchange student. That's our 7:30 guest coming in. But we're going to talk about the bookmobile. Oh, we got a bookmobile now. Isn't that fun? We used to have those back in the day. And when they told me they had a bookmobile, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So, but we're sitting here talking about the foreign exchange program, and my daughter-in-law's mom's family, and I can't remember, she was from a Latin American country. I'm not sure which country, but she was with them when, I guess, Teresa was in high school, and they stay in touch. They go to family celebrations. I know that they had Teresa's, again, my daughter-in-law's mom, she had her big 60th birthday, and they went down south, and I think they met them down there. I think she came for that.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, but it's that connection. All these years later. It's so cool. It is so cool.
Palm graduated. He went home after he spent a year here. He went home for a year to graduate high school. He came here as a junior in Thailand, but did what senior year students did. Mm-hmm. And it was really to clear his English, to help his English grow and learn some cultural differences. Mm-hmm. When he went home, he spent a year finishing his senior year in Thailand. That was when my daughter and I went there, met his family. His mother embraced me at the airport as if I was a long-lost sister that she had not seen in 17 years. I mean, it was a full hug for a minute and a half. It was the most beautiful feeling. Complete strangers, yet I had hosted her son. Treated us like royalty while we were there. Then he came back here and studied at Exeter to shore up his English and his American history. Then came to Duke University and did his undergraduate degree. We went to his graduation, and his father and his brother and his nephew, whom we all had met in Thailand, came, and we had a weekend of celebrating that together with him, Pat and I. And so, yes, and he comes to see us regularly and sends birthday cards to his brothers and sisters. There are 3 of them. Yeah. You know, here, my children.
Yeah, that he considers siblings, It's beautiful. It's
a beautiful relationship.
Thing. It is so cool. I just love it. Have we sold you? I mean, this is such a good thing. I'm sold on it. I can't do it. I can't do it right now, but I will eventually. I've just got to, because I think it's just such a beautiful experience. So can you help some of these Malaysian students? We got at least 6 of them. There were 12 last week, I think, but there's at least 6 of them ready to come in here to Robertson County. Beautiful 15, 16-year-olds, boys and girls. And this is a way for you to get the experience without committing to a full year. You're going to have them for the spring, and you can kind of see what it's like, and you're going to build a relationship that you'll never, talking about how their families back home with there's a culture of hospitality that so many of us in America, we've kind of closed our doors, and we're like, I need to try
Nervous.
to keep, nervousness, and we've got to regain that sense of hospitality. We've just got to, and when you do, the beauty of it will just reward you in a way I just can't begin to say. I had some of the same experiences with some of my friends from Egypt. When their family comes to visit, the parents will just treat me like I'm part of the family.
Yes.
Because I have tried to help their family. They see it just in a different way. I don't know. There's just I can't imagine.
And I would say that's what the world really is.
That's what we're supposed to be.
I would say, folks, stop watching the news and get involved with real people, because most of us love each other and we want to do things to help. Mm-hmm. And don't be afraid of this so much, because this group, this AFS, Becky Haywood, she's the volunteer, she's in charge of the volunteer edge of this. And she coordinates getting these kids to you. They have a support system. They have other families involved. They meet regularly with you. They have a person that will be assigned to you to help, if you're having trouble, to help you navigate. Mm-hmm. And then there'll be weekend activities for the kids. So the kids are out of your home for a little bit. You do have your home to yourself every now and then. Mm-hmm. I would say if you have kids, wonderful. They just fit in. They call you mom and dad. You divvy up the chores accordingly. If you've got 3 kids, well, now you've got 4. So they're going to share chores. They're going to share responsibilities. Most importantly, they're going to share their hearts, their love with you, and you're going to give that back to them. But the support system from AFS is just wonderful. It kept it so that it was doable. If you have any issues, you pick up the phone, and they'll have phone numbers and people contacts for you to call, so you can be in touch and let them know when a problem arises.
Yeah, I was talking with her the other day, and I said, "What are you doing this weekend?" And she was going to an AFS event the whole weekend.
Yes,
and she was like, "Well, I'm going to be with the different my friends and siblings," and she was referring to them as siblings, even my
AFS
family,
they are a
AFS
family.
And again, I have had so much fun having her in my classroom, and she's just blessed us greatly. She has just blessed us.
Has she cooked you food?
Not yet.
You better ask her to cook you some food before she leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and it's so interesting. The classroom across from me is kind of like I forget. It's like I don't something about life lessons and things like that. It's like I can't remember what they call it, but it's about teaching kids. It's teaching kids things they need just for life. And part of it's cooking, kind of the same thing, but they've got a different title for it. And it's a CT. It's part of the career development kind of stuff, I think. But anyway, the teacher, she is always cooking. So I'll have to say, have you realized we've got a student here from Indonesia? Maybe that's a good idea. I'll mention that to her today. Thank you for that, Ginny. Oh my gosh.
Semester's coming. Is she there for a year? Is this little girl here for a year?
She'll be here, through the end of the year.
You have her for a little
while. We've had her since fall. She got here in the fall, but she's just a blessing.
We had fun for a year.
Well, anyway, we're just all the things that are AFS. Again, if you don't know about AFS, I love that you kind of unpack the story for them because it is a beautiful story about how at the end of World War II, they said, "Man, we had all these great relationships with all these folks." My son, when he was in Afghanistan, he built relationships with some Polish soldiers. We're in the same forward operating base with him. And, it was just so cool to hear that back and forth and stuff. And it's just, I don't know. It's just a beautiful thing, guys. Like she said, turn off the TV. This is a beautiful thing. It's a safe thing to do. It is a wonderful thing. And we want you to be a part of it. So be a part of the foreign exchange program and reach out. So I guess they need to just reach out. Who do they need to reach out to if they want to find out more? Do you have a contact?
Let's say Rebecca Haywood, and she's at 615-473-4389, or AF as in Frank, S as in Sam, Becky, BECKY, at Comcast.net.
Okay, and do those contacts again. We'd always do them twice on radio.
Rebecca Haywood, 615-473-4389. A, F as in Frank, S as in Sam, BECKY, Becky, at Comcast.net.
Very good. Jeanne Gower is with us, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming in. Oh,
yes,
absolutely. And keep me posted.
Have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
All right.
God bless. Thank you, Jeanne. And we're going to let her make her way out. And as she is doing that, we are going to bring in, we've got Ginny Britt and we've got Danielle Kaminsky coming in with the bookmobile. Come on in, ladies. Y'all come on in and sit down. And while you are making your way in, I'm going to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. You need to get in touch with them if you're interested in anything to do with real estate. Go ahead and pull that door too if you don't mind. But what we're going to do is, I kept promising you last week I'm going to get Barry and Rebecca in here. I haven't talked to them because of the holidays, but we will get in touch with them and maybe we can get them in here midweek to just kind of update us on what's going on with the real estate market. We know that because of increases in the interest rates, that of course has slowed the market, but that's, it's just a different world. So if you want to get the best advice possible, Rebecca's been at this a long time, one of the first in the area to be a senior real estate specialist. Means she's always studying, staying up to date on everything that's going on. Barry was a vice president of a media marketing company for 17 plus years in Nashville. They are both now independent brokers with Exit Realty. He is the broker in Springfield, right on the downtown square. She is the broker in White House. You can go to sellwithbecky.com or buy BUYRobertsoncounty.com to find out more. Or you can just Google them. Go Rebecca Richards, Exit Realty Garden Gate team, you're going to get a unique web page and a Facebook page. If you go Barry Richards, Exit Realty Garden Gate team, you're going to get his webpage, talks about his marketing background, talks about historic properties that they've dealt with, and that they're cross-Planians. They specialize in Robertson County properties, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. Get in touch with Barry and Rebecca Richards today, and please let them know that U-Turn sent you. And thank them for sponsoring this little thing we call One Street Over. And as we get back into the show, we bringing back the bookmobile. Y'all slide this way for me and pull that microphone right up to you if you don't mind. I just love it. When I first heard that we were bringing back the bookmobile, I was so excited because I have such wonderful memories. Is that the reason why you guys wanted to do this? Is there a backstory to it? Because you maybe you had some memories of the bookmobile, and again we're talking with Ginny Britt and Danielle Kaminsky. Did I say the last name correct?
Yes.
Okay. And my husband's got that Polish heritage, in his background, so I can do those names. But I spend a lot of time through Wisconsin and up in there, and some of the names. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so was that what made you guys want to do this? Is it just your own memories of the bookmobile as a kid?
Well, definitely. I have a background as a school librarian, and I do work here in Robertson County, supporting all of our school librarians. And so just having that love of books and those materials. But actually, information came in from the state, a grant provided through the Governor's Early Literacy Foundation, otherwise known as GELF. They provide seed funding through their literacy initiatives to create a book bus. There are actually 23 counties across the state of Tennessee that already have book buses rolling. We're going to be number 24, so
I love it.
Excited. So we've taken a decommissioned school bus that was donated through our transportation department and retrofitted it to get it ready to go on the road.
And it's cool. I got a sneak peek of it, and it's just awesome. So I thought you guys have had it out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was.
We've had it. We've taken it to about 5 different events thus far. I think we've given away about 160 books.
Okay.
Which we're very excited about. And just piggybacking a little bit on the bookmobile idea, we have been amazed at the number of community members that have gotten onto the bus and have just been so touched because they have such warm memories of bookmobiles and experiences like this as children. So it's really been a great thing.
So now this is different now because there's something that you said that caught my ear that I don't think I realized. So they get to keep the books?
Yes.
So that's, okay.
We run a variety of different programs.
Okay.
We're going to work in partnership. We are working in partnership with the Stokes Brown Library. So we will be doing lending and library cards off of the bus. We'll be doing programming off of the bus. And one really cool thing, we will, the bus is wired for the internet to serve as a hotspot when we roll into neighborhoods. So we are very hopeful that we will be doing registration out in the community through the book bus. We have big dreams for this bus.
Okay. Registration as in getting their library cards or school registration?
Both. School registration and library cards. We're hoping to bring school registration into the community.
I think that's great.
Yes, to help with some of the barriers. That
have y'all run that by the new director?
We will soon.
He starts
Friday.
Yeah. Friday's his first day, Dr. Weeks.
So I actually believe they have a bus in Dixon where he was. So
okay, well he'll be familiar with it. Very good. Yeah. That's awesome.
Kind of the goal behind GELF's movement into this book bus area started in 2018 with them. Was really looking for partnering with school systems to figure out ways to get more literacy into the field. That we've researched really shows that 2 to 3 months of reading proficiency is lost for students every summer. The summer slide, as they call it. And just by giving children up to 4 to 6 books that they can read over the summer can really mitigate that. And so we know that we've seen that concern in all of our school systems in Tennessee and in Robertson County as well. And so anything we can do to support that. So by giving away these books and adding to these family libraries is a way we can help support the literacy for our children and support that regression and hopefully mitigate.
And it's one of those things, people don't realize the problem with literacy right now. And it's just kind of snuck up on us, really, because I don't know if it's because of technology and the kids have just got their heads in their devices and they don't have to read anymore, that the skill is so many, it's a constant. We're just constantly trying to come up with ways to get our students at Greenbrier High School. Literacy has just been one of our absolute targets, is trying to improve literacy. And you think in high school? Yes. Because too many of the students do you ever read? Nope. And can't write clear, powerful paragraphs. I mean, that's one of the things we're really, their writing skills, their reading skills. I said, guys, I don't care how smart you are. You don't show your intelligence if you can't read and write and convey yourself, in a coherent way. And reading is just so huge in that. I just can't stress it enough.
So I think as a school system, we've been working in different ways to find ways to support students in their literacy from grade kindergarten through 12th grade. So one of the things we're doing is this book bus. So
I love it.
really
It's
do
a
it.
wonderful thing.
We have an initiative that is very popular and well received called Reading Buddies, where members of the community come in and volunteer to read with students in the schools weekly. And so as we travel to talk to different groups in the community about this project, we realized how many members of our community were really involved already in our Reading Buddies program.
Oh, wow.
And so we are hopeful to be able to bring the bus to the schools and allow the Reading Buddies and their student to come onto the bus and read together as a special treat. And we, because of the community support we've received, we recently found out that we have been named one of 3 Community Challenge grantees in the state of Tennessee through AARP. So we are especially looking for volunteers who are 50 plus that we can involve in intergenerational programming. We will also be traveling the bus to senior centers, assisted living, and nursing home settings within the county. Hopefully with our students piggybacking along with us to make this a really neat intergenerational project.
I love it. It's just so cool. And it's a cool looking bus too. They've got it wrapped and the artwork on the bus. Tell me about the artwork on the bus that's got the wrap all the way around it.
We, we've received a tremendous amount of support from the Robertson County Chamber of Commerce and love the Experiencing Robertson County theme and programming that goes on every year. So as we were thinking about what to name the bus, what our tagline should be, we, as a nod to them, we used the tagline "Reading Across Robertson County." And so when we got ready to start thinking about the exterior of the bus, Dr. Causey said he would love to have students' artwork on the bus. And we ran an art contest and asked our students to depict historical sites and attractions from throughout the county to go along with our theme. And that's how we have the artwork on the exterior of the bus. And we've named our bus Roberta.
Because buses have to have names.
Yes.
I have a friend that names all of her cars, Muriel, and she names all of her cars. So yes, that's a thing. You name vehicles. So the bus has a name, Roberta.
Yes, and she says reading across Robertson County across the top in both English and Spanish on each side of the bus. So we do have to give a shout out to Shelby Carr at Dynamics Collision. They did the wrap on the outside of the bus, but she really helped us with the design. It kind of looks like a cork board, and then all the student art is along on the sides of the bus. So we're very excited. And
I saw that and I was like, okay, what? And you're like, oh, it was corkboard. I get it. It is so cute. It is adorable. And it just turned out great. It is so cool.
People come by that bus and they touch it because they think
I think it's a corkboard.
Yes. And they're worried the pictures are
They're like, are they going to come off? That's hysterical. That's so funny. It's amazing what you can do with those wraps. That is so much fun. Well, and again, so when can people see this? When's the next time? Can they? I know that I'm a teacher, so it's there at the schools. It's at the teachers center, so it's kind of around back there. But are you going to park it somewhere where people can just check it out? What would be the best way? If somebody's just really curious about this and they want to see it and maybe get involved.
Right now, we've mostly been taking it to family engagement events, but we will be taking it out into more community events.
Okay.
Things in the square. We have an annual story trail walk with students, so we'll definitely be bringing it there. We're hoping to bring it to some of our football games.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yes.
Well, now football's done. I guess it'd be basketball. Well, and no. Football's not done. East Robertson, way to go. You're in I think they're in the finals Friday. I'm so glad you said that because no. Football's not over, and we are so proud of you and so excited. I know I'm a Greenbrier Bobcat, but way to go. We're proud of you, East Robertson Indians. You just keep on going, man. Take it for Robertson County.
We've been slowly bringing her out to a couple of smaller events. We'll ramp things up more in the spring.
Okay, that sounds good. And I think about we had our fall festivals and things like that. Did you make any of the fall festivals? But next year would be
next year.
Yeah, y'all are just getting started.
We are just getting rolling, and now that the weather's getting a little cooler and it's darker, we're easing her into it. But yes, we're looking to ramp things up more in the spring.
We never thought we'd get this bus rolling because the two of us have learned more about retrofitting campers and buses than we ever learning that you really should do the floor before you do.
We've learned a lot through this process.
And you're like, I wish I could start over.
If we did it again, we would know which way.
Yeah, I know.
We're very happy with what she said.
If you want to retrofit a bus, talk to these ladies first, and they will tell you this is the way it needs to start. These are the steps to get there. We're talking with Ginny Britt and Danielle Kaminsky. And they are with Robertson County Schools and work over at, y'all both work over at the Teacher Center, right?
I'm at the Teacher Center. She's at Central.
I'm at the Central office.
You're at the Central office. Okay. And I think it's so cool. I actually stopped by to pick up something. I can't remember. We're still trying to get some posters done that we didn't format them properly. And so we're working on that. I know, yes, we have testing this week, and it's new teachers trying to understand the whole testing weeks. And my husband, he's got so much curriculum. He is buttoned up, boy. I mean, he's got it down. I mean, this guy is making me look bad because he's so organized. And he's like, I've got 10 days of curriculum left. Now, when am I supposed to get this to the kids? Because it doesn't look like I'm going to have 10 days in the classroom because they're going to be, and I'm like, I don't know, honey. I don't know. Just today. Let's see what today is doing. I don't know. But he's so funny. But that's one thing is we're trying to kind of navigate all those waters and see how everything's done. Mm-hmm. The Teacher Center is so wonderful.
Well, thank you.
And I love it because it's on my way to school. And it's so convenient because I'll get a message and be like, well, hey, do you want us to drop them off? I'm like, I'll pick them up. I can stop in. I can save you a trip. I'm right on the way. Mm-hmm. And it's the old 84 Lumber is being just repurposed into a wonderful place. That's where they run the grounds and building and grounds is out of there as well as the Teacher Center. When I was getting acclimated as a new teacher, they were telling me all the things this Teacher Center could do. But I'm like, oh my goodness, they got books, they got It's fun. It's fun to go in there if you're just struggling. You're like, I need something. Go talk to him at the teacher center.
There you go.
You'll find something.
It's definitely a perk of working in Robertson County
Yes,
schools. A
it
lot of other
is.
school systems don't
Have
have
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely.
Well, and I tell my coworkers, I'm like, I said, you can get a poster made in a minute, and it's beautiful, and they'll laminate it. Oh my goodness.
And it's free.
Yeah.
As a teacher. So.
I have to tell you, my student, oh my goodness, I'm so proud of James that he put together this. He was doing so great on Photoshop. And I said, can you do something for suicide prevention? Have y'all seen that poster?
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes.
And I told him, I said, I need to offer this out district-wide because I said, it's the hotline. And I said, this is just wonderful. And I mean, he just put it all together. And I said, now, where'd you get the image?
Cite your sources.
Yes, I said, it was one of the free ones.
Free
Yeah, it
there
was
you
like,
go. Then you can create a commons.
absolutely, royalty free. So, I mean, I'm so proud of him. But being able to do that and then take it and send it to y'all, and then y'all print it. I've got a picture of him holding this poster.
Oh,
I just love it. It's just so much fun. I just love being a teacher. It's just the best. It's so much fun. All right. Let me go ahead and do my break, and then we're going to continue on. Anything, y'all kind of look through your notes. What have we not covered? And then we kind of got to go back over it because some people might just be joining us. This is not a bookmobile. It's called the Book Bus, but it's a nod to the bookmobiles that we remember from the 70s and the 60s. And I used to go on the bookmobile all the time because it was a chance to step out of the classroom and, ooh, what is this? And it was just fun. I remember that so well. Isn't that funny how you remember that? I mean, it's just, a very vivid memory for me. Smells and all the books and all the things. It's so cool. All right, we're going to continue our conversation in just a moment. We are talking with Ginny Britt, and we're talking with Danielle Kaminsky, and they are with Robertson County Schools and the Book Bus. But we do need to talk about, they mentioned the Wi-Fi connectivity that's going to be on this bus. Well, I can't say enough about Cumberland Connect. Because I am one of those folks that, okay, I'm seeing nods from y'all. I got to ask, are any of you guys Cumberland Connect people?
No, but they are a donor to our book bus.
Yes.
So.
Oh,
And
they
they were our first donor.
Are you kidding me? I love them so much. And it's all powered by Cumberland Electric. If you are a Cumberland Electric customer, folks, you will have access to Cumberland Connect. Now, I've been talking to our Senator, Kerry Roberts, and I don't think he has it yet. He's so fun. That just pure, plain and simple. Because our county mayor, district, our director of schools at the time were both kind of early on the list and got it early. And it wasn't favoritism. They were in underserved areas. And so, especially when you look at, they got it early, but our state senator still doesn't have it because he lives right close into town. And he was considered that he had some options. So he was one of the last. And I don't think they got it yet. They're getting really close because the wires are on the pole. And so those steps. And we're getting super close to having everybody that has Cumberland Electric connected with the option of having Cumberland Connect. So if you haven't checked into it and you're wondering what kind of internet service you're going to have and you're a Cumberland Electric customer, call them. They may already be in your neighborhood. They've got me covered. I've been a member of the Gig Club almost a year now. Oh, that's wonderful. We've talked about putting extenders in the barns. We still haven't gotten it done because we've just been busy. But we're going to, as I'm turning my barn into a photo place, and we're gonna have a photo studio in there, and I need connectivity. And so as we're getting it all done, Cumberland Connect is there telling me exactly what I need to do. They're like, oh yeah, you do this, this, and this, and we'll come pull the line, and you'll be just as connected in the barn as you are in the house. And it's like maybe $10 more a month. I think it is. It's an awesome deal. Great people to deal with. I cannot say enough about their customer service. They are phenomenal, and you're going to love working with them. They are a sponsor of this program. If you want to find out more, and the Affordable Connectivity Program, if you're needing help financially, because it's a utility, you can apply, and if you're eligible, you'll get up to $30 per month for broadband services. They've got packages starting at just $30 per month. There you go. Can't beat it. Give them a call, 800-987-2362, 1-800-987-2362, or go to cumberlandconnect.org. Put in your zip code, and it'll tell them when they're going to be in your neighborhood. And guess what? Good chance they're probably already there. And thank them for being a sponsor of the Book Bus. And tell them U-Turn sent you. Okay, ladies, what have we forgotten? What do we need to do? Anything we've missed? Anything
We
we've
would
covered?
love to acknowledge some of our team members
Okay.
who have been with us since the beginning. Mr. Adam Hefner at Maker Table.
Love him. He is awesome.
Yes, and the whole Maker Table team.
Yes, they're awesome.
Without him, we would not have an interior design
Yeah.
or retrofit. And
They're so cool.
he spent a lot of time with us, looking at us, saying, "Do you know what you're getting into?"
I love it.
They did a great job with the inside of our
Oh, I'm
bus.
sure. I'm sure if they did it, it's perfect. I'm sure. But that's cool.
Dynamics Collision, who also really, and Shelby Carr, who really worked with us on the exterior design and helped us with things we didn't even expect we were going to need. Mitch Lancaster at Springfield Carpet One, who put up with us when he asked us whether we were going to whether we were going to glue or click our floor, and we were like, we don't know.
So what did you decide? Did you glue or click it?
I don't think we did either. I think they ended up rolling the floor out and fitting it.
Okay. Do you have carpet or is it
It's linoleum.
good?
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's what I would go with. That's what I would go with. Yeah.
We needed something to brighten up that interior of the bus, and it really did a great job.
Yeah, it's great.
And then we would be remiss if we did not thank our team members at the school district who have been so wonderful. We want to give out a special shout out to Mr. Clint Corbin at Buildings and Grounds and Mr. Josh Heinerman at the Transportation Office. Those fellows and their teams have taken care of us, especially Mr. Donnie Harp and Mr. Jerry Shannon, who have come out after our evening events, helped us lock up the bus and taken it back, because neither one of us
We don't
can
drive.
Oh, you don't drive a bus.
Yeah, that's one
so
thing you
you
got to
need a
think
bus
about.
driver.
We have to have a bus driver. So
Yeah.
when we need to move it around to different school buildings and different
Yeah.
things, we need that help and support. So thanks.
Well, I know all those guys you mentioned because my husband used to work for the bus.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Transportation, yeah.
It's a special
Yep.
group.
Yeah, they're good folks.
They have taken this bus on as if it is, they
It's
really
part of the transportation department as
they-
far as they're
they-
concerned. That's
they
awesome.
Take care of it. And Mr. James Marshall, who
Our technology guy.
has
Technology guy, I'm sorry. Director.
who has really worked with us, went over last week on Monday or Tuesday. I'm confused since the break.
Oh, I know. None of us can keep it straight.
To just go check on everything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they just
They wired the bus so we can charge laptops, so we can be able to do all the different
Plug
things
everything
we might
in.
need once we have, and with the Wi-Fi on the bus and everything, we need to go. So,
Mr.
yeah.
Donnie want to make sure the wheels look just right. He put special lights in the top of the bus.
Nice hubcaps.
I've got to come see it again because see, I saw it when y'all were still working on it.
It was just fresh,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
brand new. You had just wrapped it,
Yes,
and the interior was not done. So I got to
Not
come
totally.
see
It's
the
now full
interior.
of-
Okay,
you've got to come.
I'll be buying the next couple of days because I've been promising these kids we'd get these Photoshop posters done. I've just got to sit down and do it because we're just 3 weeks left in this semester, and I want them on the hall walls for at least a few weeks.
Well, we were able to fill the bus with a lot of books donated through one of our sponsors, Superior Text, and the Governor's Early Literacy Foundation in partnership with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. We got a lot of picture books that we were able to fill that bus with.
love Dolly Parton.
That has really gotten us started with our books, but we will begin some sort of book drive soon to start filling the bus. So gently used and new books, plus monetary donations to help us to purchase.
I have a bunch for you.
Oh, great.
Because my daughter-in-law and my son and daughter-in-law that are just had a baby, but the one that has 3 kids, they have always been, number one, we're just all readers. We love to read, and so books are so important to us. And so from the very get-go, it's like if you want to get the kids something, get them a book. And so but they can't keep them all.
No,
I have stacks of books that my daughter-in-law's given me. Said, "Can you re-gift these to somebody?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And I take them. I mean, you may have heard me talking about. I've got a lot of friends from other countries and newcomers, and so I give a lot of books to them, especially when they're working on their English and those kind. But I still have so many. We still have so many kids' books, and so we'd
We will
love to
take
bring
them.
them to you. Awesome.
We'll take
Very good.
donations at the
Okay.
Teacher Center, which is in the old 84 Lumber Building there on Highway
Probably bring
41.
you some just in the next couple, because I've actually got some at the classroom
Yeah.
that I have, and I don't know how they ended up in my little studio there, but I've got to get them out of there, so I'll just plan on bringing them to you when I get those posters done this week.
We'll be ramping up some donations in the spring. So.
Tomorrow morning we'll be at Kreisel Elementary School for their EL program.
Okay.
And
They're English language learners. I mean, that's what we're talking about. These kids need these books. It helps them so much with English.
Yes.
we will
so
be
much.
featuring our our newest book called Spanish is My Superpower, which is, we just discovered this book, a really great book for children about and parents about how important it is to maintain your own cultural heritage.
Yes.
Along with learning a new cultural experience.
This is just such a beautiful marriage of the shows today, because we had the foreign exchange program on, and we were talking just about this because the lady that was just in, she is Lebanese, and they lost. She was taught just English, and so they lost their Arabic.
Yes,
and so I run into that problem constantly with my Spanish speaking friends, my Arabic speaking friends, where the kiddos don't maintain the family's first language. They can't communicate back home.
that's right.
And you need to keep both. I fuss with my kids. Of course, I want them to learn English so they can, navigate, America. But my goodness, keep your language. It's so important. And oh my gosh, I love that. And it's called again?
Spanish is My Superpower.
I need to get a copy. I want to see that.
believe
It's a really wonderful children's book.
This book was featured on Sesame Street.
Okay.
It's an award-winning book, but the message is so great. And we read it for the first time at Bransford Elementary. West Side.
West Side.
Okay.
For their
Elementary.
EL night.
Yes.
So,
Last week.
and it was well received.
And-
I'm super
and the
curious about it. Yeah.
The children were so excited to tell us how they helped to translate for their friends. And it was just really, it was nice to see that the children could relate to the book.
I love that, because so often they become the translator for their parents very quickly. I could tell you so many stories. I had this one little girl that when she first got here, I just got to tell you this real quick. When she first got here, Arabic was it, and she was scared to death. I mean, she was like 4.
Right.
And I lost touch with the family and saw them like a year later. And I mean, literally within a year, this child was not only, still speaking Arabic, was fluent in English and Spanish. She was gifted. And it was just amazing. I was like, what? I mean, it was just blew my mind. These little ones are just like sponges.
Totally.
We've got to get better with learning other languages, guys. Come on. We got to do this. I need to do it. I'm going to challenge myself. I've got to get some Spanish. I got to.
To get our students and our children to a place where they can function in our global society, it's really important. I mean, just this past week, watching the news, thinking about all the advantages children who speak a second and a third language have.
Oh, yeah.
And how needed it is in this world right now.
Well, and having high school students I've got one right now. You know who you are, young man. That he's about to graduate, and I'm like, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" I don't know, Miss Vivio. I don't know. I'm like, "You still speak Spanish, right?" Yes. I said, "You have any idea what a edge you have right there because you're fluent in Spanish and English?" And I said, "Come on." I said, "There's so many things you could do, so many amazing careers out there." I don't know, Miss Vivio. You know who you are. But anyway, so what are we missing? Let's wrap it up here. We've got just a minute, and we all got to get to work. Got to get to school.
Well, if you're interested in volunteering, we are working to get the community involved. So if you're interested, you can call us at the Teacher Center. The number is 615-384-0238. Just leave your name and a contact information, and we'll be back again. That's 615-384-0238.
Okay, very good.
And we're looking for volunteers, but we're also interested in hearing from folks that might want to host the book bus.
Okay.
At an event or something in the community. We're looking to get it out there.
Can you come to church events?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's a logical thing in this area.
Yeah.
There's a lot of churches that would love to partner with you guys on that.
I think we can work out whatever we might need to.
And another question that occurred to me, and we're out of time. You were talking about books to donate. Now, I've got some that are like newborn books. Do you
That's
want those
fine.
too?
Yes,
you want those
yes.
baby books?
Yes.
Okay, so we want all kinds of books.
we've had a lot of little ones get on trying to.
Especially families, as families come on the bus that a child's at the school, they have younger siblings.
Sure they do.
And we
That's
want
what I thought.
We want to support all kids.
Okay, I kind of
from
figured
birth to 18.
I kind of figured, but I wanted to make sure because I've got some of those.
And
I'm going to
because
bring you
of-
some this week.
Because of Gelf sponsorship, they're connected with the Imagination Library.
Dolly,
Dolly, yes.
love
and
her.
One of our objectives is to do some family literacy education. So
Right.
anything that would support that is perfect.
And birth to 5.
I love it. We're out of time, ladies. Thank you so much, Ginny Britt and Danielle Kaminsky, and appreciate y'all so much. And I know we all got to get to work, but this was such a great program. It just all tied beautifully together. I love it when a plan works. And we appreciate you guys for joining us here on One Street Over. God bless. Have a wonderful day. This is 1100 WSGI.